Alrighty, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So today we're working again on our garbage truck game. I'm just going to get rid of this here. This is for something else. We can move this over there, that's fine. And then that means this part here, we need to include. And I think that's welded. Alright, so we have our trash truck. Right, we have a way of getting in, spawning the bin. And then I was thinking about this part here. The reset. I guess it doesn't really matter. Alright, so it's been a couple of days, so I'll have to run through the process here. So that opens the gate. Right, that spawns the bin, and then not until we touch it does it change its name. That's kind of neat. So, the last thing we needed to do was to make this gate open as we leave. So kind of the same thing, right? We have this gate here, but I think what we're gonna do is, this one here was welded, right? Yeah, we're gonna get rid of that weld, and we're gonna get rid of that weld. And I think we'll take these two here and we'll anchor them. There we go. So then, so on the reset, what we want to do is when they touch it, we also want to say script.parent. Let's see, let's find out where this constraint is. Script.parent.exit.gate.cylindrical constraint. And now it's set up, right? Yeah, dot target angle equals 90, I think that was. Target angle equals 90. Let's see if that works. Cool. Okay, cool. So then inside here, we're going to call this control. And we're going to right click. We're going to insert object, a bool value. Alright, and this is going to be close. And then we need to insert object, a script. Alright, and this is going to be called close gate. So then we need to say while true do, tell it to wait. We could say if script.parent.close.value is equal to true, then script.parent.parent.gate.cylindrical constraint target angle equals 0. So, and then what we will do is we can tell it to wait 5 seconds. We'll say 10 seconds, and then we will say script dot parent dot close dot value equals false. All right. So now when we open the gate, we need to say script dot parent dot exit dot control dot close dot value equals true. So now what we want to do is we want to tell this to wait. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter because it's going to be, we want the latency here. Have it wait 10 seconds. All right, let's see if that works. This is kind of the final part for the gate. Then we can come in here and leave, and then what we can do is we can give the player rewards. Good, I got rid of the bin. Oh boy, that was fast. So, that was really fast. Alright, so we'll do that. Now, when it removes the bin, yeah, it's looking for the player's name. Bin. So what we need to do inside the bin is we need to insert a script. And it's going to say wait 60 script dot parent remove. So we'll just test it right now. We'll have it wait for 10 seconds. So as soon as the bin spawns into the game, it should be removed. It should remove itself. And this way, if the player doesn't grab the bin, it doesn't stay in the world, it just despawns. Perfect. And we can change that. We can change that to like a minute just in case. So that is that in a nutshell. That is that in a nutshell. I can make this little truck. Make this little truck work too. That is that in a nutshell. So now the next thing we want to do is we want to try and give the player rewards. So in this block here, it spawns the garbage when it gets hit. So this spawns the garbage when it gets hit, and then this deletes the garbage when it gets hit. So in this script here, what we also want to do, we're going to insert an object. Let's go an attachment, and we're going to call this reward. And then in here, we're going to insert an object, and we're going to insert a billboard GUI, and we're going to move it up like this. And then we're going to insert object a frame. Interesting how... There we go. This could be a bit higher. So in here, then we're going to insert object, text, label. Okay. So now that we have all of that, this label is going to show the reward information. Now I wonder if oh, that's cool. Can we rotate it the other way? Alright, so that works. That works anyways. Then the default label will be reward. Okay, so now what we need to do is we want to give the player rewards when they dump the trash. So when the trash spawns, in the bags, we need to insert object a string value. We need the player's name. So we just call this, we can call this A, we can call this B. And C. Now, alternatively, you can have it, there's other ways to give the player rewards. This is a way, so we'll just go with this way. And then we'll call this player name. And then we'll copy that. And we'll paste it in here. Alright, so now that we have all three player names, when it spawns, we need this. So, this is assuming you have the bin, obviously. It's going to remove the bag. And then what we also want to do is, and that's going to be bin.playerName. So this is going to be local names. So that's where the names are. And then what we're going to say is names. No, we want to say oof, this could be difficult. This could be difficult. We might need another little see if I duplicate that part. Yeah, we might have to do this instead. The trash spawns up here. So what we need to do is we need to set the properties of the trash, and then when it hits the lower, we'll get the reward. Okay, so that's what we gotta do. So in this one here, we don't need to remove it, but what we'll do is we will set the hit dot equals Perfect. So let's we could try. And what we'll do temporarily is we will disable this script. And now we need to see if the trash bags are getting the player's name. What's going on here? Oh, it changes the name of the bin, doesn't it? Yeah, it changes it to, okay. So we have to change the code around a little bit. Okay, so do we have the player's name? We do. Okay, so what we need to say is we'll have to create a local here outside the function. Local name equals local players equals script parent. Is that right? Yeah, drive seat player name value. Okay, and now what we need to say if hit.name equals, we need to say players, let's see. What does it change it to? Bin. Let's see. So now what we're trying to do is we're trying to so in order to give the player a reward, we need to be able to find the player. So the easiest thing to do is to set the player's name to the object that the player is interacting with. Once we're able to do that, then we can just search for the player in the workspace. Alright, I think it didn't work because I put a space in there. Is that right? Maybe we do this, and then I'll say players.value. It is extra work, but it's worth it when you have a lot of players on the server and you're trying to track rewards. The easiest way to do it is to track rewards. Yeah, there we go. Now the trash. does not have the player's name in it. It does not have the player's name in it. Okay. That's because it spawns. Okay, so now that we're able to get that to work, what we need to do is cloned car.name trash. And we need to say cloned clone car dot I'm looking at the wrong one. Dot a dot value equals. No, I wonder if that's dot a. Let's see. Dot player name. Yeah. Dot player name. Dot value equals. Huh? Oh my goodness. Cloned car a player name dot value equals. Could equal this. Oh my goodness. Unable to assign property to string got instance dot value. There we go. All right. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So, all the trash. Yes, there we go. So now that the trash has the player's name in it, then when it comes to giving the reward, so it gives the trash the player's name. Wait, is it this script that gives him the trash? Or is it the spawning that gives him the trash? Drive seat. It's the spawning of it that gives it the player's name. So then, for the reward, if hit.name, we need like a, I guess we would need 3 of these, right? Then hit, let's see. Local rewarded equals hit dot player name dot value I'm just trying to think here how to connect these final dots. So what we want to do is we want to say local money equals 10, right? XP equals 10, so on and so forth. And of course we need to connect this to a data save. We need to make a data save. I haven't done that yet. So let's just say we wanted to give the player a reward. So we need the player's name. So then we can say, we would need to say like game, get service, and it would be players. And then we would need to say find first child, rewarded, and then we would need to say dot leader stats, dot cash, dot value. We could say value equals, yeah, the cash plus money. Hey, it actually gave me some good ones there. There we go. And then we've got our XP, but it didn't add the XP, did it? No, it didn't. Right? So we could do something like that. So once it gets hit, it'll give us a reward. Now I don't have a leader stats script on this server. I guess I could create one. Insert object script. And we just need to say game dot players dot player added connect function player, so we can get the name of the player. And then what do we want it to do? We want to say instance dot new folder, and then we want to say local stats equals instance dot new folder stats dot name equals leader stats. Is that right? I'll have to check here. I've only done this a couple of times. Let's check. Let's create it and then let's go for it. I guess I could just copy this one over. There we go. Instance.new folder. Oh, local lead stats. And then we call it leader stats, and then we parent it to the player. Alright, so that's what I was trying to do. Let's see. Well, that doesn't matter. There we go, and then should be able to give it XP. All right, close this one down. We don't need the badges. We don't need nothing. Just really basic. Then when I press play, I should have leader stats. There we go. Now we can test to see if the code is correct for giving the player the reward. If the code is correct, then we can move on to the next portion. And that's basically, as you're seeing, sort of how we kind of do this, right? Is we have to design it and then test it. Design it and then test it. And design it and then test it. Oh, look, it gave me the rewards. Yes! Yes, it gave me the rewards. Excellent. So now we can reconnect. We can turn on this one here, we can enable scripts. So now we can delete it because we're able to get the reward. Awesome. So the last thing we need to do is connect this to a data save so it saves, but we're not going to worry about that right now. So on our billboard UI, wherever that is, okay, so when it gets hit, I wonder, can we spin the billboard? It's just a frame? Yeah, just a rotation in the frame. All right, so what we need to do now is we need to design a neat looking, that I might have to think about that during the day. So what we want to do is we want to, we'll have two of these. This is going to be cash, and we're going to duplicate it, and this one's going to be XP. Okay, and then we're going to move, actually this one here can go in here, and then this, let's duplicate that. So I wonder if we can make this thing go. We can. It's cframe.position.y. Yeah, okay, alright, so that's how this is gonna work. So to go from there, and this will go from there, and then so what we want to do is, so it gives us the value, which is good. Let's see here, let's be creative. Let's say script.parent, no, I want to say script.parent, we have reward cash and reward XP. So we'll just try one for now. Reward cash. Reward cash. Dot cash. Yeah. Dot cash. Dot frame. Dot text label. Dot text. Text equals, sure, that works. And then what we want to do, we could do that as well. Oh, look at that, I can see. I don't know why I would disable the script. So then what we want to do is we could say, okay, so let's create two more variables. Cash, let's see, UI and XP UI, okay, equals, and then this is going to be here, and this is going to be here. So we could say cash UI, and we could say, we'll just working on that one for now. Then we could say cache UI dot is it this one that we can move? Or is it frame? What's going on here? No, I think it was the interface here. What am I looking for? Size, offset, yeah. No, I don't think it was in here. It was in... What am I looking for here? The position. I guess we could try that. Like if I do position Y... Oh, I see. So all that does is change its position in there. Okay, so then what about this one here? Okay, gotcha. So what we want to do is we want to say dot stud offset cache UI. Here, instead of getting it to dot text, we're just going to get the label, and then this will say dot text. So that way we can get into the properties of it. So this will be dot stud. Oh, this is the cache dot parent dot stud offset. Dot stud offset dot y equals, we could say +1 equals 1, or we could say local move to equals move equals jeepers, it's got to be the same thing, plus move. Okay, so now if we do that, and then we could say wait, and then so the first thing we want to do is we want to say cache UI parent enabled equals true, and then we'll do that, and then we'll say script parent enabled equals false. Right, script parent dot cache UI. Alright, so let's see what happens here. So now when I get a reward, So, and again, I mean, this is just part of development, right? So, we're still kind of setting up the game. We're trying to see what we want. We're trying to create some unique things. But once we have this, okay, so it didn't actually. Didn't actually make it become enabled. Oh, I wonder if it's collidable. No, it's not collidable either. Interesting. Also isn't being deleted. Oh, that's why. Here, we can just 2, 3. Now, that's same with this one here. It's supposed to activate when it's hit by number A. So either, oh, there we go. I was getting an error. That's why. Oh, that's because it's reward cash. Reward XP. Alright, so it probably did work. I was just getting that error there. Yeah, there we go. Accept. Oh, Y cannot be assigned. So we can't do that. We can't do that. We can't assign the offset to it. Now, we can, however, move the attachment. So that worked. That didn't work. But where is the interface? There it is. Alright, so for some reason, Y cannot be assigned to... I wonder why that is. Script apparent to parent. Do I need to say .c frame? Maybe? Alright, let's try that. Y cannot be assigned. Interesting. Interesting. Huh. .transform.c frame? No. Alright, well, I'm going to have to figure this out on my own time, how to get the interface to actually go up. And also making sure that we are receiving... See, we're not getting a reward because we're getting an error in this part of the code. So I'll have to go through it. I'll have to figure out, I'll have to do some research on how to do that. So other than that, what did we accomplish in today's video? Not much. We made the gate work, and now we're able to get a reward, at least, from the trash going into the truck, which is important. And this way we can track this throughout the game. Alrighty. That is going to do it for today's video. Player name is not a valid member. Part A. See, now what I'm wondering is perhaps maybe I need to put the player name inside the model rather than put it inside A, B, and C. If I just put it inside the model, because when the trash spawns, they don't spawn as individual bags. It spawns into the world as trash. And then it gets deleted. When the individual bags touch here instead of the model, right? So we'll see. It needs a little bit more work, but that'll do it for rewards. In the next video, we'll continue on checking out the reward system and seeing if we can get a neat little graphic to come up here once we give the player a reward. So thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing, and I will see you all hopefully in the next one.